I spent 32 years in fire. I actually started in 1954 on a hotshot crew. And it was a 45-man hotshot crew called Shasta Hotshots, and it was at Lakeshore up on Shasta Lake. And they'd hire at least 5 extra people. And they would tell us, 5 of you will not be here next week. And they weren't. So you had to go out and really hit it hard on your project work and stuff to make it look like you wanted to fight fire. So I spent the season there as a All-American GS2 firefighter. And went back the next year, early in the year, 1955, on the engine crew. And then I was going to go on a hotshot crew when they came about. A Packer job opened up, and I'd been around stock and horses as a kid, so I took a job as a Packer on the Trinity National Forest. They didn't combine those two forests until 1955. It became a Shasta Trinity. It was the Shasta and the Trinity, 2 separate forests. But, so I spent the season as a Packer, only got out of the woods a couple times that whole season. And in 1956, the fire control officer on the Shasta Lake District, it was a Redding District at that time, and he offered me a job on the hotshot crew as a squad leader. So I took the job, of course. After about a month, I was the assistant foreman because something happened to him. I don't remember exactly what happened. And a month after that, I was the foreman of that 40-man crew because the foreman had a heart attack. So that's how I got into the hotshot business and was really looking forward to staying there for a while, but the Smokejumpers came into Redding in 1957. So it was a forest program, so they did away with the hotshot crew at Lakeshore. So I stayed there as engine foreman until 1965. And I was actually the first GS6 engine station foreman. I know they got all the new titles for them now, but it was foreman back then. And so I went smoke jumping on a detail program in 1965. The district let me go the second year because they wanted me back as a squad leader, which is unusual because smoke jumping, usually you're 3 or 4 years at least into the smoke jumper program before you get to be a squad leader. But I got my rigger's license and squad leader at the same time, the FAA rigger's license. So now I've finished my second year of smoke jumping and went back to the district, and my job was fire guard on Interstate 5 going through the district. And the hotshot superintendent job opened up. Apparently the Washington office felt a need to bring people along into fire command positions, if you will. And so I applied for and got the job working for Region 5. And they said, okay, you got 30 days to bring on 25 foresters. I said, whoa, how is this going to happen? But anyway, started sending out information. The smoke jumpers helped me a lot because of their recruiting. And so I recruited mostly foresters that first year, 6 of them from Region 3. And it's really worked out through the years, the whole 18 years that I was there as superintendent. That detail program covered most of the United States, BLM, and even state. So we had detailers from those particular jobs. And I think probably the reason I stayed, I had some pretty good job offers through the years. And the reason I stayed there was because I felt like it was the best job in the world. I had the best job in the world, training and watching people go up the ladder. We were talking earlier, 2 of the gals that was on the crew. The first two gals that went on there, one of them was a fire control officer in Florida at the Everglades when I got back there on a fire, and one of them was forced FMO. Those are the first two girls on the Redding shots. And now we have two girls that was on Redding shots that are now forest supervisors. You familiar with that? Okay. And a lot of fire control officers, and I don't know. I know that the Redding Hotshots right now, their crew has to know how many people came through the program and ended up hotshot superintendents other places. But I can't, off the top of my head, I can't tell you how many of them right now. But a lot of them made it there. And there was a little disgruntlement, if you will, from some of the staff. You know, this was a good program, and everybody liked it, but they also came out, some of the forest FMOs, they have their FMO meeting each year. And so one of the FMOs from Southstone says, how many Charlie Caldwells are we going to release on this in this region? So they weren't really happy about that, but some of them. But for the most part, I know when Ken Clark worked in the regional office here, and he went back to the Washington office, came back to Region 5, and he said, just leave Charlie Caldwell alone. Yeah, he's doing a job for us. Leave him alone. And so that was a big plus right there, because they was trying to get me out of here into an FMO job. Mm-hmm. And I saw the FMO job turning into a personnel officer job. It took some of the steam out of that, wanting to do that. Yeah.